traders, I am back. My normal chart's not working at the moment, so I'm just using these charts as an interim. Dow obviously closed very nicely high at 14,000, a pullback to 975, but we are high RSI, but this Dow does look as if it can keep going. If we look at the monthly, yeah, this is January's bar. Huge start to the year, so pullback on the monthly chart. The high there was 663. If we do get any drops, then 663 is a good place to get wrong, so mark that in your notepad. This monthly chart is not overbought. Coming down to the weekly, yeah, it's a huge week here in December, and then we just had complete green bars. We are very extended from the moving averages, but no reason to sell. Absolutely no reason to sell. I mean, I keep hearing some gurus saying we're in for a huge crash. Well, could be. We could be at some stage. We are extended. At some stage we could drop, but certainly no signs whatever. If we were to close underneath this bar on Monday, then yeah, that will be a signal. But let's look at some of the other charts. This is the Euro US daily. Yeah, that's quite a nice pin bar, what some people call a pin bar. Yeah, potential star pattern up there with the, seeing some strength in the dollar, and so I mean we're just very extended. I just think we'll probably move sideways. Hopefully see some kind of pullback to around about this area here, which would be something like 135.40. That will give the ATMA a chance to come up. At that point, I think that will hold. May even see a retest this hammer. That hammer is 135, so we may just see a retest to 135 before a continuation to the upside in that. I certainly wouldn't short it. It is extreme RSI and a gap to the 8. I mean, intraday as a day trader you could short that, because if you look at the hourly, you see even at 3-4 o'clock there's a huge move up to 137. Wow, massive move up to 137. You can see all these moving averages that held here. These are all the usual sort of 20, 50, 100, etc. And we could, let me think, so we finished at 136.40. We could just come right the way down to this 135.80 and hold again, because that's going to be major support now. We'll see another test of, you can see the massive support there. You can see why they held that area. So be on the lookout to see if you're a intraday trader. Look at 135.90 to see if that holds. Right, moving on. I guess this is a danger of a downtrend in this pound US dollar. Yeah, there's a nice neat channel down, and then of course as soon as we get close to resistance, you just couldn't get through it, and wham! The positive data saw lots of buyers of the dollar, and they just dumped the pound a lot quicker than they dumped the Euro US. Now, what would I expect next? Well, let's have a look at the fibs. Let's work backwards, because let's see if I can work the fibs on this. Let's take it right back here to these lows over here. Oops, let's come on. That's it. And horizontal line here. This is the 50% fibs. So we crashed through the 50% fibs, and we have closed just about on the bottom of the fib zone. So that's a huge drop there, and now 157.75 is going to be a tough area to get into. If we form a stopping bar here on Monday, I'm not trading this Monday. Just stay out of it. If we form a stopping bar here, we may better work our way back, but break this low here, which is 156.75. We break that low here, and we are just heading straight back down to these sort of support levels down here. So break that level there, and we could come all the way down here. So at the moment we've had a breakdown, a pullback, a breakdown, a pullback, and now we could be heading for another leg down. Okay, so the pound is in bad shape there. So the best way of trading this is to stay out. If you short the break of that low, you need a huge stop. However, these are very, very bullish markets. If they turn around and start to sell the dollar on the back of that data, then that could be good. We've got UK construction data on Monday. That could have an influence, a major influence. We've got UK rates on Thursday, and Aussie rates and trade balance on Tuesday, and US trade balance on Friday. So not a huge amount of data, but if we get to Thursday and there's any kind of hint in a press conference that the UK may be in the medium to longer term, even the medium to longer term, talk of a rate rise might perk this up. But I have to say that was a huge, and we have engulfed. We spent 3 days climbing up to this resistance level, and then 1 day going right back down to the beginning. Let's have a look at the 60-minute. Obviously, I was on a long weekend. I didn't look at the markets on Friday. So we started to close lower at 9 o'clock in the Euro, at the end of the Euro session. Had one big drop at 10 o'clock. Wound our way up to 1584, and it's just started to get some topping tails here. Then they just slammed it down. And they slammed it down at, let's have a look, 2 o'clock. Yeah, once the data came out, they just slammed it down. And just spent the whole rest of the afternoon until the Friday night close just dropping lower. It's a bit of a head and shoulders, isn't it? Shoulder, head, shoulder. So the neckline was here. Right, so that closed at 2 o'clock. Once they closed at 2 o'clock and dragged it up, so that engulfed two and a half hours of trading. So once they dragged it back up to 158.30, that was it. They just pulled the plug. So watch out for these, because once you break these trend lines here, just get short and stay short. But the clue was that 2 o'clock close. Right, moving on. One trade I left on from Thursday was a long in this Aussie US. This is a huge. This 104 was massive. We held it. I wasn't. I have to say I wasn't totally confident about it, because ideally I would like that to close up there. But nonetheless, this was a huge trend line here. If I can just show that to you. Hope I get my charts back tomorrow. I should do. Yeah, we were under a trend. We closed above that trend line. We closed above it on Thursday. That's why I kept hold of it. But yeah, we've engulfed yeah, last week's action. That's a very, very weak close. So a pullback to Thursday's open. If I can just find out what Thursday's open was. 104.15. That could come all the way down to these lower. We've got rate decision for the Aussie on Tuesday. Nobody's expecting rates to be cut. But they could be. If they are cut on Tuesday, then we could be even coming down to 102 possibly. I mean, you don't forget, once you break those trend lines, that is major. Okay, so I'm on guard to look for shorts for that. I mean, the pound yen has been a stormer, an absolute stormer, so I am actually quite glad to see something of a reversal bar up there. I did get some good points out of this. You know, this was huge support down here that I called, and we broke above this level here. So even a pullback, and we touched. Ooh, we had a good move up. Let's see if we touch way above 146. I would love to see a pullback to 144 here, and obviously lower. I mean, 142 would be great if we get. I don't think we're going to get it. I think this is just pausing. The ATMA is down here. If I pull up, I think we just got ahead of ourselves with this pound yen. So this is huge support here. That's the ATMA. If we could just wind our way down here and hold a Monday, then I'll definitely be a buyer, because I think this is just going places. And if we look at the monthly, huge move up. Just got a little extended up here. So on the monthly, 140. It's a great place to get in. Let's just have a look at the fibs. I'm going to go right back to the fibs on this level here. No, it's not going to let me do that. Okay, let me get rid of that. Try again. Go. You can see I'm not used to these charts. Let me put this on pull. Right, I've done it. So, yeah, this fib level here, the top of the fib zone is 140. Is 140. We are right at the top of this 61.8. Right at the top. So we break monthly highs. We look as if we're heading to 164. So RSI is just coming off a little bit, and the ATMA is right down here. So 144 would put it somewhere like halfway down that bar. So I think 144 is a great place to look for a long in that pound yen, and I do hope we see some weakness on Monday, just so that we can get into that. Let's look what happened on the hourly again to that one. Pretty similar to the pound US, only with a massive move up over the Asian session to 14650. Wow. That was a big move. So 144.40 is this support down here. That's 144.20. So ultimately, if we can see some selling, that would be great. So I'll mark that up and then watch for that level. This is the oil on the daily, and we've just been trapped in quite a range here. So we kept touching the lows of the range, so we've trapped in that. Oil's not been a great instrument to trade. You've really got to sort of pick the moment with that oil. You know, for that leg up, you needed just to be in the trade. You need to keep buying the lows for that leg up. You need to keep buying the lows for that leg up, and keep buying the lows for this leg up. So where do I think this is going to go next? I think I think the markets are a little bit tired actually, and I think I would love to see the oil at 96 or 97.60. If we can come back and touch this moving average here and that support, I would like to get in, because it's now the oil is rampant. That's well, no, it's not rampant. That's the wrong word. It is trending well, and that's a lovely, nice move up. Yeah, if we can just get a lower touch of this channel at 96 to see if we can get up to 100, then that would be great. And we have got extreme RSI, so all the time we've got extreme RSI, just be very cautious. Of course, if we had a close underneath this level here, a close underneath the Friday's low, then that could trigger something of a sell-off. If I pull in more data, you can see we've not quite tested that star. 98.50 is the star. So I will continue with the, if you are trading oil, I'll continue to buy lows and see if that can march up to that 100, high up of that star again. Alright, that's what I'm doing on oil. So the flip side of that is going to be some buying activity in the dollar. This is the US dollar Swissy. It came right down to 90.20 at the lows. But there's not tremendous strength in the dollar because that still closed lower. I mean, for that to really be bullish, I'd want to close above 91, and we didn't get there. However, we have got low RSI, very low RSI. We're on the 30 mark, not quite registering oversold, but extremely low. And so just be cautious. If we close above this 91 on Monday, then that does suggest the dollar strength. I think we're going to move sideways, like the dollar, like the euro US, like the pound yen. Possibly see some attempts to break up here, but then I think we're likely to go lower. But that I'm going to look for closes on the early part of the week. Going to be critical. If we close either side, whichever way we close either side of that area there, if we start closing above this hammer, then this is definitely, I think there's a high probability, I should say, that we can break this trend line here. Yeah, this will be the apex. We could bump around this apex for a while, and and see some dollar strength. So I would look for a close above that must be about 91.40 for strength, or I would look for sideways action and potentially lower closes for weakness. But I mean, at the end of the day, a hammer's a hammer. That's that went right down to 90.20 and got bought. So with the pound the way it is, and the euro, you've got a shooting star up there. This it does point to more dollar strength, but 91, close above 91 is critical. It is tradable because if you take a break of, let me just check what that high is. 91.10 is the high. If you need a 100 point stop on that. But like I said, I'm not trading on Monday. I will steer clear and just see what this market wants to do. Okay, so hopefully I'll get my proper charts back then, and see you on the Monday Traders Roundtable. Thanks guys, enjoy the rest of your week.